Hey, it's Joe Binky again. Today we're going to be talking about my patrol shotgun, the Beretta 1301. This is the Generation 2, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why I chose this to be my patrol shotgun, how I've got it set up, and why I like it so much. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, for a little bit of background on this guy. Came out a few years ago. This is Beretta's answer to the Benelli M4. And it's pretty encapsulating market share on anything that is duty related for a nice semi-automatic shotgun. This is a semi-auto, carries 7 rounds in the tube. You have the ability to ghost load around under the bolt. We'll go over that a little bit later as to exactly how to do that. It is set up to accept 3-inch shells. I use 2 3/4 like everyone else in the world. Never had an issue with that. But if you want to use 3-inch, or if your department uses it, or that's what you want to use for home defense, more than welcome to. This shotgun will accept it. You'll be able to fit 6 in the tube and then another one under the bolt. This shotgun also runs on Beretta's Blink gas operating system. I won't get into too much of what that is, just on the fact that it was made by people who are much more intelligent than I am, and if I try to go into it, I'm just going to butcher it horribly. I'd recommend looking up a video specifically on the Blink gas system. What I can tell you about it is that it is self-cleaning, it is wholly reliable, and it is the fastest system on the market. If you are absolutely dumping rounds like a mad lad at the range, you are able to outpace something like a Benelli M4. I have never been able to outpace this no matter what I do. Starting from the top down, I ended up going with the Vortex Razor Red Dot. I don't believe they sell these anymore. I decided to go with a red dot instead of staying with the irons, just for that little bit better of a sight picture when it comes to having that nice clear glass window where I can see what's around me. If I'm pointing this at anything, I can see kind of what's in their hands, what's around them, nice better viewpoint of a backdrop, stuff like that. Whenever you're going into a patrol shotgun, I really recommend getting some sort of red dot that you like, that you rely on, plenty of battery life that you don't have to worry about a whole lot. Away from the red dot, the biggest upgrade that I made to this that is not stock is I decided to put the Magpul SGA or GSA, I'm blanking on it, stock on this. This, in my opinion, is much better than what comes into the factory. The length of pull goes down a couple inches. You also have the ability to adjust the length of pull if that's something that you want to do. It's got a very, very, very nice recoil pad on here. They also changed up the grip angle on it. Feels a whole lot more natural, a lot nicer shoulder, especially when you're wearing like a vest or any sort of body armor. That about 2 inches less length of pull makes it immensely more comfortable. Moving on from that, I did get an Aridus Industry side saddle. I know a lot of people are going with the Velcro elastic side saddles. No good reason I went with this one other than I've heard people talk about them, say that they're nice, say that they haven't had an issue with them. It is a more expensive option. I believe the side saddle is around $150 for the base plate and then one of the carriers on it. They are quick detach. These will fit in any kind of M4 or M4 AR style mag holders. They'll go on your vest, your belt. Put those in there, pop them out, and these attach by sliding on just like this, pushing down, and you have 6 more rounds on you. The other thing I did to it was I did put on a Streamlight. It's just TLR1 with the tape switch on the right hand side for me, just because I'm a left-handed shooter. This is comfortable for me. I did have some initial issues with this not sticking correctly onto this foregrip. I replaced the tape on this with some Gorilla Tape. Haven't had an issue since then. I also have a sling on this, like you should with any and all firearms that you're going to be carrying around. This one is a Viking Tactical. It's essentially a copycat of the Blue Force Gear Vickers sling. Definitely recommend getting that over this. This is just what I was issued. Not a huge fan of the sling. There's nothing special about it. It's just kind of what's on it right now. I got to pick myself up a different one. To go into the ghost loading, for anyone that's not familiar with that, How you're going to do it is, first off, make sure that you have an empty chamber. Safety, important. Pull that bolt all the way back, take your shell, pop that in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to ride your bolt just a little bit forward so that it frees up the lifter. Once you have the lifter freed up, you're just going to hold that shell down, ride the bolt forward a little bit so it's over that shell, slide it home, and then the next time, pull that bolt, it's going to pick that shell up, and you are going to have 8 rounds instead of 7, which is a huge selling point for this shotgun, being the standard size of the 18.5 that it is. Having that 1 extra round compared to most of the rest of the competition is perfect. Because this is a Gen 2, it did come with the full-size tube straight out of the box. It also came with the sling attachment and the molly attachment on both sides, so I didn't have to change out the foregrip for anything, or buy myself the extension tube or this holder here. I did buy this shotgun a couple of years ago from Gunbroker for about $1,500. Your mileage may vary. I'm not sure how much they're going for right now. If that's too much for you, I know Beretta came out with the A300 Patrol, which is also an excellent shotgun. It loses a couple of the premium features like that this one has, like the blink gas operating system and some of the chrome lining that it has, but it's still just as reliable, just as effective. I've put hundreds, thousands of rounds through this, being both duty ammo, cheap ammo, slugs, pretty much anything and everything that I had lying around. Never had an issue with it. Wholly comfortable with it. Wholly reliable, and absolutely trust it. The last thing that I forgot to mention that really sets this shotgun apart for me, really enjoy about it, is the oversized charging handle as well as the oversized bolt release. This is something that's super easy to hit, whether you have gloves on, whether you're in a high stress situation, you're trying to shoot fast, where other shotguns will have one that is significantly smaller than this, like the Benelli M4, which is just kind of like a little push button. This is super easy to hit and definitely sets it apart from the pack. Appreciate you guys for watching this. If anybody stayed here till the end, thank you very much. If there's anything that you like here, please feel free to like the video, drop a comment on anything that you like, anything that you think I can do better in the future. I'm still learning how to do this. All feedback is very much appreciated. And if you want to see any more of this, please feel free to subscribe. Take care. Have a good rest of your night.